Yes, I'm audible, sir. Please mute your audio, sir. Mute.
Hello?
Hello. Yes. Good morning,
Can you
all.
hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, good morning, all. Today we have a workshop on security programming by Dr. Raju Sonone, sir. Sir has completed MCA from Cyber Shivaji University, Kolhapur, Maharashtra. Completed MTech from DOE ACC, Delhi. MPhil from Algappa University, Tamil Nadu. And he was completed PhD from Shivaji University, Kolhapur. He has more than 16 years of experience in teaching and 14 years of experience in research. He is the founder of International Journal of Advanced Computer Technology and Management. He worked as a rector at Shiv India Institute of Technology and Management, Group Ghana, South Africa, from 2013 to till date. He is a chief editor, IJICM, and director for Siahgad Institute of Business Administration and Computer Application, Pune. So welcome you, sir. Now, sir, will start the today's workshops. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, we are going to start today for the workshops on secure programming. So programming as related with this one, let me share my screen so that people will be get all this one. So full screen. Can you see my screen?
No, sir. Yes, now it's visible.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning once again. We are looking for the 2-hour sessions on secure programming. You know, we people as an IT, as a software development persons, or a developer, or testing person, or debugger, or as an analyst, or as a simple programmer. Once you are completed your degree or master degree, the people who are the students, they are going to looking for some jobs related on programming skills. That is, you are going to be develop some softwares, maybe a web programming. Through web programming, you are developing a web app. You are doing some system programming by using C++ programming, or you are using the VC++, some visual programming. You are using some assembly programmings for low-level programming. Some people, they are creating some operating systems by themselves. So the programming is a core concept to develop any applications. So whenever you are going to develop any application, it's not something like you are just going to write the program and do the particular softwares and just hand over to the users. It's not like that. You people learn already software engineering. You know, in the software engineering, it has some phases. The simple one of the model is SDLC, Software Development Life Cycle. In that one, that is the standard model where each and every module, each and every phase is going to be considered in every aspect of the development. Something like when you are going to talking about SDLC, you are going to talking about what? Gathering of information. It means what? The informations what you needed to develop the software, you have to first focus on that. Gather all the information which is necessary to develop the applications from the end users. After getting all the informations from the end users, the second phase you are going to do a designing phase. We can say also the analyst is coming inside. In the software industries, we have the persons like called system analyst, who is the person, is a core person, or we can say a brain person, as S person, which is going to design everything for the developers. So if you are looking towards the phase of particular software development, analysis and information gathering is going to be take more time than the what? Development and the particular, it means the programming and the testing. Almost more than 60% of the time is going into the designing phase and the information gathering. The rest we can say like 25%, 20% we are going to do in the coding and the testing itself, rest part. So it means what? The more important thing is what? Designing and information, how your information is gathered from the end users. Why? Sometimes people, they don't understand, the programmer don't understand the particular concept. We will be see that one, what are the mistakes people they do in the programming time, and what are the understanding you should be have before you are writing any package, before you are writing any programming, before you are writing any design, before you are designing any package, so that the main concepts you should be know what we are going to do it and what for. So the foundations of the programming, if you don't know, is programming is not something like the all syntax and you just use the syntax and just follow the syntax and create a software. It's not like that. You should have a foundation. You should know the grammar of the particular programming, through which the actual internal aspects are going to be collect together. Internal technical things are going to be joined together each others. Simple examples I can give you. You people already learn C programming or C++. Am I right? So any programming that you learn throughout, because most of the people right now attending, they are about to complete the degree. So you know the background of the programming. If I'm talking about the any C or C++ programming or Java programming, there is calling as a memory concept. Is calling, you can be use it as a malloc or calloc or new. These are the keywords that you are going to allocate the memories. So memory allocation, they have some storage classes. They have the 4 storage classes in the memory in the particular programming. So if you don't know the particular concepts of the storage classes, there are a lot of times the programming, when you are doing it, there is a problem of buffer flow, inflow, overflow, or what? You are getting something like the error, which is going to be what? A system error conflicting to the memory locations and is creating some garbage values. And you are thinking something like what? I have done my programming. I declared my integer. I declared my float. I declared my long. I declared my double. And you have done your job. It's not like that. Suppose the customer wants some information or storing some information up to the 10 digits, and you are using the integer. It will be a problem. That times the memory will be overflow. It means what? You cannot be hold a particular information into that particular data types. So you should know what is integer capacity, what is long capacity, what is double capacity, and where to use integer, where to use the double, where to use the long, and all. As good as what? Storage classes are there. Might be you all learn already the 4 storage classes. We can call as ATO, static, external. Okay. And what we are going to call the 4th one is the register. So ATO, static, register, and external. There are 4 different storage classes. Whenever you are declaring any data type in the programming, the information is going to be held in the memory based on these 4 storage classes. So suppose one person is going to be just declared like a integer A. Let me just show you something like I hope you can see the screen on the pad. Let me just use the big font. Suppose you're writing some C programming and you just simply declaring one variable like integer A. Once you are declaring integer A, by default the storage classes is going like a auto. By default is going to be looking like a auto. And if you are going to declare an auto holds the garbage value in the beginning. The initial value of the auto is what? Garbage value, and is going to be holding to the memory. The location is memory, default value is garbage. But if you are not declared here auto, I can declare like this one, auto integer A. Okay, this is means what? You are declaring the integer A variable on auto memory storage classes. But the moment you are going to be what? Use the different memory locations, something like I am declaring like this one integer A. Let me declare another one, static integer A. Madam, the screen is available. Notepad is, people can see the notepad.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the static integer A, if you're declaring the static integer A, what do you mean by static integer A and what do you mean by auto integer A? When the programmers, they are doing it, they don't know, if they
Sir,
don't know. Yeah.
Once again, share your screen, sir. Somebody share their screen.
Okay. What happened? It's not sharing right now.
Yes, now you can share your screen. Yes, don't share your screen. Rest people's.
No, other people, are they sharing the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Once
my
again,
screen.
now it's so
Can you see my screen?
you can share your screen, sir, now.
Okay.
Yes, other people's don't share your screen.
Can you
Yes,
see the
now.
screen now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, so what we are talking about, into the storage classes, if you are going to declare like auto integer A and static integer A, they have different meanings. What the meanings are there? If I'm going to be declare this auto integer A into the particular memory location, value will be something like this, anything. It's a garbage value. Because if you're not initialize A equal to 0 or A equal to 1, it is going to be declared as a garbage value, where the static integer A, whenever you're declaring the static integer A, the default value is 0. It's the same thing like what? If I use like external integer A, and then I'm using what? If you are using the external and register integer A, the moment you are declaring the external integer A, we are looking towards again as good as the auto. It means what? The default value is garbage. So anything it will be there. Whereas you are going to register, it again going to be 0. But most of the time, this register is going to utilize by our processor. And because of that one, we don't know whether the registers are available to that one. In these 4 storage classes, register storage classes is the fastest storage classes. Is the fastest storage class, which is going to be speed up your programming. But problem is what? We have limited numbers of registered into the system. You know, the capacitor and the registers, the direct hardware. So direct hardware, we are going to utilize to hold the particular values. But the problem is what? All time, our processor is going to utilize these registers. And because of that, we don't have any surety that whether the particular register what we are using it is available or not. The register, they have different name, AX, BX, CX, DX, like that one. So those variables, if you're declaring as a register, we don't know whether it is going to be stored or not. So what we are going to use it? We have the only three options: auto, static, and external. So whenever you are going to use auto, what happened in the program in the memory location? If you're using the static, what happened? External, what happened? We should be know. Otherwise, what happens? Sometimes the people they use the static and the people they use auto. You know, the static variables, when you are going to utilize, we are going to utilize static whenever the any calculated calculations parts is going on instead of auto. Why? The default value is going to be 0. So there is nothing like any garbage values comes inside. So whenever any financial packages, whenever you are going to use the financial packages, nobody is going to utilize the auto variables. That you should be know. And by mistake, if you are using the auto, it means what? You have started creating a problems in the system. So sometimes it will be having a bugs comes, and then you are going to be called to make what? Check out the particular problems. So these problems can be overcome before you are creating a particular software. You can be know that you should be understand that one, what are the applications need, what applications demands, what type of programming it demands. If you are not following, it will be right now there are a lot of what problems are coming in the softwares, and that we can call as a vulnerabilities. And that vulnerability is the hackers are taking as an advantage and going to be hack the systems. So these things, what these are the simple examples I'm just giving you. So if the people they don't know any foundations, they are the key persons who are going to create the problems in the system programming. These workshops we are going to looking about the secure programming. Why the particular programming now need in different way to write? Because hackers now looking towards the whole time your software, and they are now going to check out what are the different vulnerabilities right now or the mistakes done by the programmer. I can use that one to penetrate the software. So now secure programming is a new what phenomena started in the in the industry, and is highly demandable right now, secure programming. So if you know what is the meaning of secure programming, what is the actually importance of the secure programming in the software development, then when you are going to be actually appointed as a programmer, actually you are working in the industries, IT industries as a programmer, and if you know secure programming means what, your demand and your experience, it will be counted in a different way. But if you don't know that things, it will be a problem, because you should not be only as a programmer, you should be a secure programmer. And now world need a secure programmers, not only the programmers. So secure programmers, what they want to know. So first thing is what, you know, sometimes in your, if you're doing the any applications, if you're doing by your own is different thing. But if you are going to work in industry they have different teams working for a software. System gathering, information gathering team is different. System analysis team is different. Programmer team is different. Testing team is different. So they divide themselves the task into the different criterias. Something like information gathering, the team which is responsible only for that information gathering. System analysis design person, he is the person, key person who is going to develop the model, who is going to create some algorithms, is creating some flowcharts and giving all the information. He's giving the core programming algorithm. So programmer is going to use that algorithm and use his own knowledge of program. Maybe a C programmer, maybe a C++ programmer, maybe a Java, maybe JavaScript, maybe PHP, maybe Python, maybe Ruby. Maybe you are C++ programmers, maybe C#, maybe .NET. So plenty programs are there. So that programming language you are going to utilize to start the particular algorithm into the application. And that is what you have that one, the authority to choose the programs on that one. But most of the time, the system analysts, they design, the people, they choose the programs, because in the design itself, they created some object-oriented or procedure-oriented, something like this technology, they use it. If they said what, this software is looking towards the object-oriented concepts, you have to go to the object-oriented concept, and is web-based. So if you are going to use the web-based, you cannot use the C programming, you cannot use the C++. So you have to use some PHP, Ruby, Python, okay, Java. So that type of programming language you can use it. But before you are choosing the programming language, or when you are going to create your career, you are going to now start your career. So Even after BSc or BCA, you should not be stop your qualification at that level. You should be go do your masters, then and then only you will be get a nice job. So when you are going for masters, you should be know that which area or which is the hot area which is going to utilize to make your nice career. And here is the secure programming can be help out to you. How? You should know right now how many programming languages are there in a network, in a particular system. So there are a lot of programmings are there right now. You can see C, C++, Java, JavaScript, PHP, Python, Ruby, your .NET, C Sharp, and other things. So if you know the vulnerabilities, I'm focusing on the vulnerabilities. Vulnerability is nothing but the weaknesses of a particular language. Weaknesses of a language. So simple example, I can just tell you C programming and Java programming. C programming, we don't have, there are C and the block C programming also there. So C programming, if you are going to create any application in C programming and you are creating application using Java's programming, there are a lot of difference. What difference is there? Java is object-oriented programming. It's called OOPS language. You are using inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstractions inside that. Where
Hello,
C
sir.
programming, yes.
Sir, your screen is not visible. Once again, share your screen. Somebody share their screen, sir.
All right, just announce them. Don't, otherwise it will break in the class. Guys, don't share your screen.
Okay, now visible, sir.
Okay. So when you're going to be looking towards the programming languages, you should know the vulnerabilities. C programming has the vulnerabilities looking towards the security. Why? Because we cannot create any private variable there. We cannot use the this one, the protected one. But in Java, you can create protected one and a private one. Private variables or private functions, we cannot be utilized by as a public. It means what? Nobody can be access the particular function or variable which is called as a private or protected. It means what? There is a data security comes. So if you are using by C programming, there is a surety that your data is not secure. It means is an invitation you are giving to the particular hackers. So hackers will be just come and attack on your systems very easily. But now you can be check out something like, it means what? C programming we cannot use anywhere. No, C programming morely used in the system programming. Your Unix operating system, your DOS operating systems is developed under C programming. So the power of C programming is very much high. But the problem is what? When you're creating the particular C programming, you should know which actual aspect you're using in the C programming. If you're looking towards security issues, is better way to go to the Java programming instead of C programming to be developed. So these are the things you should be know as a programmer. So looking towards up to the 2018, they have given some vulnerabilities. Okay, different vulnerabilities are there in the particular programming languages. You can see here in 2009 there was only like a 3 different programmings were in the market to be utilized. After that there was a increasing in the programming language as 2010, 11, 12 and 2018. There are morely focused languages are, we can say C, C++, Java, JavaScript, PHP, Python and Ruby. They just worked on this more used programming language. And you can see the vulnerabilities. If you are coming towards 2018 or if you are coming 2017, you can see the C programming. It has about, see the bar, the chart, it has a big vulnerabilities. The particular bar is very high. You can see the lowest one is a Ruby, okay, and the Python. Even this one, the PHP also has a big vulnerabilities there. Even JavaScript has a big vulnerabilities there. Java as compared to JavaScript is less vulnerabilities there. So you can compare the particular languages you can see that right now in the world, in the programming industries, Python and the Ruby, somewhat extent PHP, can be utilized as a what less vulnerable software programming languages. It means what? If you know right now which one you are going to be utilized, you should be understand which programming language you can be choose it whenever you are creating a software, because software depends on the software, the programming language is going to be select. So selection of the programming language is not based on what you know. No, it's based on what the demand of the particular applications. So if the application demands web programming, you have to go Python, Ruby. There are the options of Ruby, Python, and Java. So in the comparatively Java, Ruby, and Python, Python will be the best one as compared to the Ruby and Java to create application, to remove or reduce the vulnerabilities, so that what the hacker cannot be just come and attack on your softwares. So that vulnerabilities you should be understand. So now we are looking towards now what actually the vulnerabilities or the insecurities in the programming that the people they creates. You know, let me share another screen, another PPT that will be give you more focus on what are the mistakes the people they do it. The programmers, when they are creating the applications, they create some type of mistakes which is not acceptable. Okay, so most of the times more than 50% of the coding creates the problems. Most of the bugs or most of the vulnerabilities is going to be created by your coding itself. This it means what? This 50% are the mistakes when the people they start writing the program. Now, which are the areas we are going to do the mistakes? The programmer must be know. Some examples like what? Information leakage. What I was talking to you before that one, if you're writing the programming in the C programming and the Java programming, you cannot be protect the data in C programming. It means what? The information is clear-cut leakage. There is no protection. Everything is public. Am I right? Then under a second point, what you can say control hijacking. Hijacking, controlling, it means what? Is again coming towards the memory allocations and the protections. Like you are making the particular information as a protected data. The moment you are going to use the protected data, you are controlling the hijacking. It means what? It is controlled by security programmer itself. So you are going to use the protected. Nobody is going to come and see your data inside. Buffer overflow, I was explaining about that one. If you are going to declare like an integer and you are declaring like a double or long, the moment you are using the informations more than what the capacity of the memory locations, then buffer overflow will be come. There is no memory to hold the information. There is no memory to process the informations, and the problem comes and the error comes. So this is not a secure programming when you are writing the particular program with no informations or no foundation of the particular program. Smashing the stack. You know, stack, something like some programs. If you realize that one in the networking, I hope you people have done also networking concept, basic at least networking concept. Networking is something like what? When you are going to be utilize 2 machines or 4 machines in one office, and there is a one printer right now is going to be shared amongst the 4 machines. Then server person is, we can call administrator, who is handling the server. The administrator has the highest authority or the privileges to use the resources in the system. So the moment you are going to be give some printing command from your own machine, the end user, any user, and printing started. You have like 5 pages to print. One page has printed. In between, the administrator also given the print command. In that situations, the printer is going to be, or the machine, the operating system is going to be assigned, server is assigning the printing one. Which printing will be go first? In that case, once you have the 5 pages, that 5 pages, out of 5 pages, 1 page has been printed. But in between that, the administrator has assigned the printing command. The moment your first page is printing finish, your job will be stopped and the administrator's job will be start. So hierarchy is going to be controlled there, or we can say the privileges has been given to the administrators. So highest authority is given to the administrators. So here the administrator's work will be finished first before you finish your work. So that type of information is going to be held where there is called like a stack. You know, stack is something like first in, last in. What do you know? You heard about the stack and the queue. Stack and queue is something like what? Who comes first is going to be out last. Like what? First come and last out. Or we can say who comes last, it will become out first. So also called as a LIFO system. Last in, first out. The stack is something like is a one type of tank, water tank, where the one end is closed, one end is open. So if you are putting the particular anything inside, who is coming first is going to be down, is going to the downside. So when you are going to remove it, it's not going to remove the last one, the down one. You are going to remove the top side one first. So this is called who comes last is going out first, last in, first out, LIFO system. So that LIFO system is going to be utilized into the system, and that needs what? The categorization, something like, these informations, if you are going to be use different users, one operating systems may have a different users. Suppose you have like a Windows 10 operating systems and you created your 4 users inside. You created for you, your brother, your sister, and one another is administrators. So administrator has a more privileges than other users. Suppose you are going to be using the sharing the particular your Windows and log in with the end users like other regular users, and you are sharing the screen with the login with another users like administrators. If the administrator is going to utilize this particular operating systems, he has the most privileges to utilize these informations, and that all type of information is going to be held into the stack, and that is going to be used it. If the people, they don't know the privileges given to whom in the writing of the programs, then it will be a problem. Then it will be a problem into the programming security itself. Next was command injections. Command injections, something like what in your ethical hacking we call as a what it is like a one type of SQL injections. SQL injections also there, but it's type of SQL injections. Command injection, something like what? One example I can give you, log me in. There is a one tool is there, log me in. Suppose right now my laptop is, I'm working on my laptop, and I want my brother to be use this laptop at New York. My laptop is going on, but he need this laptop in for all screen to be there. Right now, my screen you people can watch, but you cannot work on that. You can only view. But you people want to work on my system also. Then there is some tools are there. Log me in is one of the tool that what you can give the whole control of your laptop to somewhere else, different location. So in that case, if they use the ports, you know, there are 2 to 3, port number 2 to 3, port number 81, port number 183, port number 25, port number 20. These are the port numbers which is going to be utilized to communicate the other systems in the network, on the internet or intranet or in simple networks. So the moment I'm using the internet, my port number 81 will be activated. Means it will be open. The door will be open for 81. Port is nothing but the door. You know, in a house, we have 2 doors. indoor and outdoor, maybe only indoor there. Some big house, they have 2 3 doors, you can come from inside. Also they have one kitchen side door, they can go outside. It means what? The doors are plenty from where people can be come inside into the house. So in the laptop or in the screen and the system, on desktop or laptop or your mobile phone, all information is coming from the particular doors, and that doors are called as a port. P-O-R-T, port. So that port, more than what 10,000 ports are available in your system, and hardly we are using 50 ports only. So if I want to use the internet, I have to be open the port 80 and 81. Okay. Now, might be you're seen like before 5 years, if I'm using the website, I was using the website based on what? HTTP. HTTP is a protocol, hypertext transfer protocol. But right now, nobody using that protocols right now. Why? Because that protocol is not going to give you the protection. They are not going to give you protection. Why? Because they are HTTP. They are HTTP. Let me give the one example. HTTP websites. See right now, this site is like simple examples I'm just giving you. This website is info@cme.ch. You can see here is called no secure. What is no secure means? The particular website is not secure. It means it is work under HTTP, hypertext transfer protocols. But if you're going to see any other websites, you can see here in this information security, HTTPS is coming here. TPS. What is mean by HTTPS? S has been stand there for security. What is actual security? They protected the port. They protected the ports. Before that one, the ports were unnecessarily opened, and anybody can just come and hack that particular website. So S becomes now more secure concepts coming under the websites. So if you are going to be using, if you are developing a particular website, and that websites you are going to do it without the HTTPS port. Now HTTPS 123 port they use, and if you are not using the 123 port and you are using the 80 or 81 port, you are going to be what? Inviting the hackers very easily to hack your system. But the moment you are going to use the HTTPS, you are protected. Your system is protected. It's very hard to crack the particular systems. So you should be know whenever you are doing it, any programming or any this one, you should be know that what actually the phenomena or the concept we have to be apply, so that what our programming will be secure. Our programming will be secure. Simple example I can give another word. Windows XP has a 40 million lines of code. Windows XP, you seen the Windows XP, right now it is outdated. Windows XP has a 40 million lines of code. Means a page is typically 52 lines of code. One page is about 52 lines of code. When you are writing the particular code in the screen, is about 52 lines of code in one page. So it means what we are talking about, nearby 1513 reams of standard one-side Xerox papers you need to print this type of code. So typically there are how many bugs? We can calculate. Bugs means the weaknesses or the errors or system errors. There are about 5 to 50 bugs per KLOC. Okay, KLOC is the standards for counting the lines. Say that is a line of codes. So 1,000 lines of codes can have 5 to 50 bugs. It means what? Almost 10% of the bugs results in the security faults. And that is the formula they created. So now these bugs, is it what by knowing or unknowingly creates? Most of the times, the people, when they are going to create a particular package, they don't know these things: information leakage, control hijacking, buffer overflow, smashing, command injection, cross-site scripting, integer overflow, rest conditions, formatted strings. All those things they don't know, and because of that one, most of the times 5 to 50% of the bugs is going to be created automatically, but they don't know. That is what they are creating the bug. Are you getting me? Simple example I can also again give you. One control statement you have seen. Which one? While and do while. Okay, while and do while. The moment I'm using the do while, I can just give you one example here. You can understand actually what the secure programmers do mistakes, or unsecure programs they do mistakes. I'm using here while concept, while I less than equal to 10. I less than equal to 10. And in that case, I can say, I'm just giving here, I'm using the simple C programming printer. I'm just giving it, I am here, I'm in a what room number 50. This is the informations you are going to be give, or I can say my password is something like ABCD. Okay, and I close this one, and I just what the people they do mistakes. I'm just showing you, and I just use I plus plus. Okay, and here suppose I declare value integer I equal to 11. What will happen? You can see here the same code I am going to be use it with do while. Okay, let me big the screen. So this is while I use, now I'm using here do this one, and while what I less than equal to 10. Okay, now see here how the particular people they do mistakes, and why we understand the secure programming concepts to be here. Suppose this is the informations, it's very vital information. I am giving my password inside the particular loop for the informations, or of the for the purpose of the administrators. I'm declaring my passwords here for at the 11th hour something happens and I want to see my passwords, then particular value, if I know that when if I put that value, I can be see the particular passwords. Now if you all learn already C programming or C++ programming while loop and the do while loop, you can see here how the while loop can be worked out. While it is initialize the value I11 and it comes here and it sees what the value of I is what more than 10. It means what I is 11 and 11 less than equal to 10 is false condition. So it's not going to come inside. It means it's protected. So this loop is completely protected your password. Am I right? Simple example I'm giving you. But suppose somebody using this loop instead of while, I'm using the do while. What will happen? I has been initialized 11. It comes here now. And what will happen here? Without checking the condition, it will be open the door and it can see here and it will be print the password itself. Then it changed the value of I to 12. And after that is know that the value of I becomes now 12. So come out. But do while came inside once and you see everything's what is not supposed to be. So if the programmer say I like do while, I use do while, no. Somebody say I like while, no. depends on the situations. What you want, you have to be use it. So if you are, this is simple. This is not a actually the error. This is a called bug. What type of bug is there? It's a system bug. Your system has not been protected, and that is what secure programming comes in the pictures. Because you are not been taken care about the security about the data. Because you forget about the concept of the while and do while. You don't know what actually the do need, what actually the while need. So this way, what you can be protect yourself when you're creating the softwares, you should be know where I am going to use while, where I'm going to use the do programming, do particular control statement. So sometimes, you are forget password. If you suppose your operating systems, Windows 10, you are using it and you forget your password, what will happen? Or anywhere in, suppose if you're using the net banking or you're using any Gmail or whatever it may be, if you forget the password, what the system is going to do it? What the system is going to do it? Is going to be ask what? Forget password. Click on forget password. Am I right? Suppose, let me just open yahoo.com and then I'm just going to be click on sign in, and I'm just giving you this one, and I say here I forget my password. Suppose I am not going to utilize my password itself. Now this one is what Gmail is coming sraju@yahoo.com. Then I just click on this one. It will be going to be ask me some. Okay, it is going to be issue something. It's going to be ask me the password, or the option is coming here. Suppose I forget my ID or the password. I'm going to get some information, forget an username or password. So if I click on here, it is going to be giving me the informations and the questionnaire to complete this one so that I can recover my passwords. This is something like do while. Why? The administrator or the particular system is allowing you to come inside and answer some questions. In the while, if you don't know anything, it's not going to allow at all anything to do come inside. But here, even you know something, informations, you are allowed to come inside. And here I'm asking some questions. After questions are completing, you will be see your passwords, or you're allowed to change your password. So this is simple. It looks like a simple, but when you are going to be create and use in a particular situations, this one creates a vital role. It's playing a vital role in the particular systems. Okay. So this is what the particular people, they don't use proper commands and whatever the concept of the loop and other things they are, and the memory allocations and storage classes, they don't know anything and they just use like that one. So most of the time, the programming time, the programmers, they create the bugs based on this type of informations: information leakage, control hijacking, buffer overflow, stack scripting, cross-site scripting. Okay. Because you people, I don't know these concepts. If I explain to you people, it will be go beyond your understandings, because they are bit higher concepts. SQL injections, PHP and other things. SQL injection is something like what I can be write some SQL commands into the website directly and hack the particular website. I can change anything on the websites. So this type of allow, and is going to be allowed by websites. Those are weak websites or insecure websites. PHP include non-trusted input. Okay, formatted strings. You know, there is one phishing one. You heard about the phishing. Phishing something like people can be created as it is the particular software or as it is the interface. Something like, and that phishing is also a problems. So sometimes you should be very aware about that type of information. See, I'm giving you one example of phishing. It's a very nice example. You can understand. But a lot of websites now, they are not allowing to do anything like that. So let me just create google.com. This google.com is a website, and I want to create the phishing page or the same page. So what I can do it, I just right click here, view page source. I just control A and control C, copied that all everything's. And then I open the notepad. I create new one. Let me create another notepad. And I just paste it the code here. And I just save it. Save as google.html. Okay. And it's type of all files. And then I'm just creating on the file and desktop and save. Okay. So let me run this one. See, right now I'm going to run my file, my own file. I'm using with the Firefox. Yes. Not now. Can you see the interface that Google, it is the icon, we have to be use it, but the interface, you can see this interface is of the Google interface. I have not done anything. I just copy the particular page source code and paste it and work like HTML, and it has been came like same. The people, they do like this one. So what we have to be checked out, when the person is right click on here and use for a view page source, it should be there, but code will not be used to be copied. If I am copy this one, so you have to make the copy protection. The code should not be copied. Why? If the code is copied, he is getting ready-made what all your commands easily to create your phishing page. And that phishing page, they are going to utilize to attack or to people, they are going to be misguided. So something like I'm using the google.com and I'm using the Gmail, and the Gmail, as good as Gmail, if I'm having one phishing page and I'm just sending you, see the particular Google has created another one, is very fast. Use your Gmail login ID password from this link. And if I send you the link, then the people, they just put ID password and they just go click there. The moment you click it, your ID and password is going towards to them, and they just access your ID and password very easily, but you don't know. And when you click on that one, the Google is just moving like that, and you say it's busy, but meanwhile your information has been hacked by somebody else. So if you are not going to be lock the particular code, it will be a problem on your website. So there are some utilities are there, they can be lock it. If the programmer do take care about that things, it means you are going to be taking care about your websites on the coding itself. Okay, so let's come back on your original discussions. So the main informations, whenever the people, they are going to be called as a bug in a system programming or in the programming industries, there are main three issues, or there are main three bugs are there is found in most of the programming languages because of bad programming, where no buffer errors. If your system has no buffer errors, it means your system is protected. So you have to take care about each and every time your variables, whenever you are declaring, is not such type of variables you are declared which is not considered for lower side of the data, lower side of the memory allocations, when you are using higher side. Sometimes you are using the lower side and you are using the higher memory itself. That one also not good because you are going to slow down the programming. You need small memory and you create a long memory, and that is not going to utilize, and it creates you what, it consumes the time, and it creates the, or it slow down your programming speed. Okay. Another is what, no injection errors. What do you mean by no injection errors? Anybody right now, what I injected indirectly, I can say I copied the particular your code and paste it. What I did it, no, you copied and paste it. I can go inside and I can write anything from the browser's windows. I can be just write anything on the address bar and catch the information by using SQL. And that is only possible when your website is vulnerable. Your website is vulnerable. So how can you know my website is vulnerable? You can easily identify your website is vulnerable based on what, some vulnerable tools are available in the systems right now. Something like we have Wireshark, we have Nessus software there. So these softwares, if you create it, they are giving you vulnerabilities of your website or vulnerabilities on your web applications, what you have created, which port has been open, even your server. Suppose your school, they have server, in your college, they have some server, and that server or your college websites, they can identify what are the bugs inside or what are the vulnerabilities are there. So that vulnerabilities you can be overcome. Something like if you are not going to use the HTTPS, it means what, port number 80 and 81 is available everybody. So your emails coming from your domain are not secure. Your website, no page is secure indirectly. But the moment you are going to convert into HTTPS, it means what, your domain emails are secure and your website pages are also secure. Okay. So these types of vulnerabilities you can be check on from the particular tools they are available right now. This is a part of the ethical hacking. So that in ethical hacking, we teach this type of concepts inside. I would like to also have some session on ethical hacking one of the day. Once you people free, your management can be ask me. I'll be come to you with that sessions. Then another is what, no information leaks. No information leaks means what, your information is not going to be leaked. How the information is leaking? How the information is going to leak? I just discussed before that the information is only leaked because your selection of the programming language is not good.
Hello? Hello, sir. Hello? Hello, sir. Your voice is not audible. Hello? So, due to some network issue, the connection is lost. Wait for a time. Hello everyone. So wait a minute. Yes. Mute your audio, sir.
Okay.
Okay. So share your screen.
जर चार्जिंग लाव ना मोबाईल तो मोबाईल ठेव तुझा कव्हरेज येते का तुम्ही Okay, is it available now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I think I was here up to these major aspects: no buffer,
Yes.
no injection, and
Yes,
it
sir.
has been clear.
Yes.
So from here it has been like
Yes, sir.
economic reasons. You people got it?
Yes. Explain once again, sir.
Okay. Okay. So people, when they are going to be going in the security issues, insecure programming is also based from the customer's end, like economic reasons. If the particular customer don't want to use more money for the secure programming, the high secure programming is a high cost, and the low secure programming has a low cost. It means what? Whenever you are using the particular advanced programming language, then the cost automatically go high. Example, in web-based programming language, if I'm going to use, I can use web-based programming language, Ruby, Python, JavaScript, Java programming. I can use it. I can use the Catalan, the new language right now came. So this programming language, I can use it. Suppose I'm using the programming with Catalan, I'm using the programming with Python, the price will be go high. But the programming using Java, JavaScript, or Ruby, the price will be go down. But I shown you before the vulnerabilities issues. Python, they have less vulnerabilities and higher quality one. So if I'm using the Python, the programmers knowing the Python, I can might be get very less, and those they are programmers, they do the software, will be charged more money. So it means what? Creating a particular softwares with higher quality programming languages, price will be high. But sometimes the end users or consumers, they don't want to pay the money, and automatically we are going to doing the adjustment in the programming language. So instead of I'm going to Python, I can use might be Ruby, or I can use the Java or JavaScript, something like that one, and just finish the product, and it makes a issue. That is the first reason. Another is what? Security measures affects on usability and the waste users times. Users time. So it's like a real security features might waste more time and money on global scale than possible losses for the bad security. Example, sometimes the people, they want to use some tools, some case studies. In the software engineering, you might be learn about the prototype model. Prototype model? Prototype model is something like the customer is sitting near to you. What he's asking you, you are developing and finishing the software in front of him. It's very fast model. Prototype, where this one, your JAD session in a joint application development is the application like a prototype, customer is with you and telling about all the things. This is wrong, this is correct, you do this one, that one, and other things. So it creates a lot of time with the users, with the case studies. So some case tools are there that creates a very fast softwares. But problem is what? That case tools may affect on your features, securities. So in the real time, sometimes, simple example I can give you, WordPress. You know, in the WordPress, you can create a website within 2 hours. Okay, Joomla, you can use it 2-3 hours. Right now, the creating a website is not a big deal. It's creating a website within 2 hours, 3 hours, you finish. But now, if you don't know anything about HTML, DHTML, CSS, you don't know anything about JavaScript, VBScript, and you're creating the WordPress, WordPress is going to give you default everything as it is. So if you're not going to be understand the programming language, you cannot go inside the WordPress and change the codes. You're just using the tool and finish it. That makes a problem. So something like if I'm giving you, okay, I'm giving you 5,000 rupees, create my website. What I'm going to do it, I'm not going to do anything. So I'm just going to create a Joomla or WordPress and click here and there and just finish the software website and give to him. And I'm not bothered about inside what programming they use it and what inside I have to change it. But if I'm giving you like 20,000 and say what, create a secure programming, secure site, then I have to create a WordPress. But in the WordPress, I have to go inside again in the programming, because the code I can be inside, go inside the codes, and inside the what coding, I can change wherever I need the security. And then your particular website and web pages will be secure. So depends on that one. Security measures is totally affect on usability and the waste users times, you can say. So if users are not good and they don't want to pay or something like that one, or you people don't want to use the quality and secure programming, then it's create a problems, and that creates a waste of times of users and other things. Because if users is going to be work with you like a prototype, I give the example, it is waste of time. All time he's see, in the IT industries, in the software development, user never going to be happy. We cannot make user happy at any time. So it means what, anytime whatever you are creating, it has a new, it has some another concept to change it. So the time is always going to be waste. So we have to be major effects on usability, major control on usability, how particular software can be usable securely. Okay. Next is what, marketing concept. Something like, don't worry, be crappy, let's go into production with it now and we can secure it later. Why? Because company, they want to what, create a particular software fast and launch it. And that in the speed fast, they forget about the securities. And what this says, we create now, we create a particular product, launch it, security issues we can see later. It means what, you are least bother about the securities. And then automatically the bugs started coming and the problems start coming. Next is what, programmers are not taught enough. Programmers are not taught enough means what, you people, like some simple examples. I give you examples of static and auto. Okay, I give the examples of while and do while. If the programmers are not taught well, they don't know the basic things. So where they want to use do while, they use while. Where they want to use the while, they use do while. That will be happen, and the programs will be get problems. Programmers are lazy. You know, some programs can be reduce the code. Some programs can be reduce the code. Logics reduce the code. If I want to create something, some small examples I can give you, like a multiplication table. Okay, you know, multiplication table, 2's table, 3's table, 4's table, like 2's to 4, 2's to 3 to 6, like that tables, up to 2 to 20 tables I want it. I can create it in a different way. But if I am using the nested loop, I can create it. I can create the nested loop by using while. I can create a nested loop by do while and for. But if you're creating the nested loop with the for, it will go faster. Sometimes using the for loop is very difficult nested loop to be used for the programmers. Why? because they don't know the concept of nested loop with the for loop. And sometimes they feel very easy with the do while or while, and they use that one. That is what we can say. The programmers sometimes they are lazy, and it makes a problem to them, or they don't want to learn the particular new concept. Something like, see, in the memory allocations, if I want to allocate the memory, I can use malloc, calloc, and the new concept, new keyword. But people, if they don't know new is the best one and secure one for the memory allocations, because in the new, memory will be allocated as much as what controlled one in the new with concept of oops. So if I am habitual with the malloc or calloc and I don't want to use new, or I don't know new, it means what? I am not a good programmer. I have to use the new concepts inside the programs. So wherever the new concepts are there is something like patching. You know, your operating system, you are using Windows 10, Windows 12, something like that. After every 1 month, you are updating your system. Am I right? Updating system means what? The programmers, they are creating some patches. What is the patches means? Actually, within a 1 month, they realize some bugs are what they identified. And that bugs creating a way or opening the door to the hackers to come from that end to inside and crack the system. So immediately they change the code for that areas, and that code only they launch it as an update. So you are going to just update that code. It means now the area where the weak area was there in the operating system, it is now patched with the new code, and it is automatically recovered or it is protected. That is called patching. So that patches all time going on in the systems. So these things, they are identifying the areas where weak points are there, and they gives you the patches. Programmings are always going to be give it, and this is lifelong process. It's not something like that. Sometimes they see this code is very weak, I have to change it so that security will be more, and something like that. So programmers are all time doing those things. Then we can say programmers are not security expert. Security expert means what? You know, every programmer, it should be know the testing concept. You know, hacker, what do you mean by hacker? Hacker is not something like the bad person. You know, hacker is something like a technical term, testing or drilling the system. Drilling means what? Some members from the particular team, they assign the work to break the system, try to break the system. Simple example, you know, Honda cars. Daily they destroy 2 or 3 cars. Their research team, they destroy 2 to 3 Honda cars daily basis. Why? They use the particular car to try to understand what are the different problems it will become if the car is going to dash like this, like that, or in the speed, or is fall down or skid, something like that one. So they destroy the cars and checking the results. Is there any impact of that accidents or that speed will be affect on inside driver or inside persons? So that security is they tried. It not means it doesn't mean that one the developer who developed the car is they are bad. No, because they created the car with their own view. Testers has to be attack on that and test it. Okay, they said what the speed is 200 kilometer. So suppose I go with the 220 kilometer, what will happen? So might be the car will be skid or it will be fall down. So in that case, what will be affect? So they try that one and do it. The same concept in the programming language. If I am a programmer and I created a software, I'm giving this software to somebody else and asking what, okay, try to crack this software. So he is trying with a different. Suppose you given the one form where you are asking the information about the student, and the student information, the first box is what? Enter your name. And in the place of name, if you know this concept I'm using, giving example to the people who are right now going for the project, be careful with this one, what I'm talking right now. You know, if I'm going to create a one form and text box is asking the name, and I'm going to give numbers. You people in the student time, they don't bother about the validity or validations, because you are just taking a text box and you mean that one, any information is going to be accepted, we can accept it. No, I have to lock that text box only for numbers. It means what? It will be only open for alphabets. So in that text box where you are asking the name, it should not be go special characters. It should not be go any type of what numbers inside. You cannot say the number is what 1, 2, 3. The name is 1, 2, 3. We cannot. It means what? You can type ABCD, doesn't mind, because it's alphabet. So you have to be locked the particular controls. Maybe a text box control, maybe a label control, maybe a combo control, whatever control you are using it has to be locked for the particular information. So these type of informations, you should be a persons, you should be understand. Why? Because if I'm using the only, I want alphabet and I'm allowing to any numbers or any something like that, anybody can be just cracker, or the attacker will be use numbers and it will be give information and your system is accepting. So testers are going to be try that one, and I'm telling you, see, this particular text box is also what allowing numbers. No, it should not be allow the numbers. It should be only allowing the particular text box alphabets. So these the informations aspects each and every programmer should have this information. Then security cost, time and money. As what there is a softwares are different softwares are there. Prototype is there, then RAD model is there. In software engineering, if you learn software engineering, you know that one, or is supposed to be in this semester you are going to learn the software engineering. There is some models are there, like I talked before you, SDLC, software development lifecycle, is one type of model. Prototype is one type of model. Agile is one type of model. Then this one RAD is another model, rapid application development. So that rapid application development model, they created the groups. Suppose your model is what you are creating a software for school management system. In the school management system, we have modules like library, accounting, student, teachers, examination, something like that. They are modules. So as the modules are there, we are creating a team of 2 members or 3 members and asking him, you create library module, you create examination, you create accounting, you create student, like that one. So they're given the modules, individual teams, and that team is divided with modules and given the time. So they are given time 5 days. It means what? Within a 5 days, you are creating all modules. Is as good as what? The time duration for the rapid application development is 80 days. So within 80 days, your software will be created. So that software is created with more programmers applied. So automatically the time will be less and the money will be more. Why? People are more, we have to pay more. And then what? If you are going to use the higher technical programmers who knows the security issues and other things, the cost will be more. So the time and the money is related with the cost of the softwares. Then C, C++ are hard to write securely, because I told you C programming is not secure. C++ also not that much secure, but because it's a OOPS language, it has been have some partially security is there. But C programming is very hard to write secure programming, and then it's a great problem. That's why wherever you need the security, you have to go with the Java, advanced Java. You can go Python, Ruby, something like that. So if the programmer they are using C programming, it means what? You are telling to the hackers that I am using C, please come and hack me, something like that, because it's a very weak system, security itself. Then no thought is given to multi-user systems. When the programmers they are creating the particular software, they don't have the concept in their mind that this particular information is going to be filled by multiple users. Example, bank system. In the bank system, showing the information or opening the account of the particular customer, the reception guys at the reception table, the guy who is handling that particular one, he has a right also. Manager also has a right. Then head manager also has a right. It means now in the bank itself, there are 3 or 4 or even this one. personal relation manager. Right now, the new concept comes, the personal relational manager. So that also has the particular rights to open the account. It means 4 people, they are going to be apply their knowledge to write anything in the particular form. So 4 person have their 4 different aspect. And suppose they are creating the 4 different account at the same time. It means multi-user. When you're writing the particular program, you should know that my programming should be support to 4 people at a time. They're writing the particular same or accessing the same form and creating the new users, new account holders. It should not be like if manager is writing, creating one account and the reception also account creating account is showing what, no, I cannot create because you are creating already. No, it's called threading. It's called threading. In Java, if you learn Java, there is threading concept. So that is called threading. They are 4 people at a time. They are doing the same work for different 4 people. Account of 4 person, they are opening it, but at the 4 different tables, and it's allowed. So you should be also understand, the programmer should be also think in mind that what I have to be, what I'm going to use it. Is it what single user or multiple user systems? Okay. Insufficient security models. They are not using the security models, something like port numbers. If you are giving a particular portal or website or software access for online banking, payment, online payment, or emails accept, then that times you have to be apply some security models where we can say, example, my website should be HTTPS. I'm using 125 port number. I'm not using the 25. I'm not using the 80. I'm not using the 81, something like that. Okay. Then formal verification is rarely used. Formal verification means what? Anything is something like, in some operating system, they're using the dual verification. Dual verification, you put the password and after that one is also asking your thumb or face recognition to come inside. It's a formal verification. People, they use very rarely. It means what? It's a single layer security. You can be applied double layer. It will protect you more than the before. That is called formal verifications. Is rarely used it. Users don't care. Users don't care. Users don't know anything about what I'm going to utilize or what I'm not going to utilize. So that what, they don't bother about the securities. And they don't bother about security means what? They are telling to the programmers, okay, you develop the software. I want the only these things. Forget about who is hacking me or my data is watching by somebody else. Doesn't mind. So that problems will be there. So users should be also making some or playing a roles of the particular insecure programming issues. Then lots of old softwares is in use. Means what? Suppose right now, as on date today, if you're using the Windows 98, Windows 98 you can use today also. There's no problem. But the problem is what? Windows 98 is vulnerable. It's weak. It's vulnerable. Okay, after vulnerable, if the Windows Microsoft one, they are giving some patches for vulnerabilities. It's good. But from last 10 years, almost 10 years, Microsoft has been declared Windows XP or Windows 98, we are no more using or no more support from the Microsoft. No more support means what? They are not creating a patches for that particular Windows. So the moment is not giving you any updates for that Windows. It means what? Your software is old. Your operating system is old. You are not supposed to be using it because it's vulnerable. And if you're using it, you are inviting to the hackers. So some people, they use it and that makes a problem of security. Okay. So sometimes what? Some programmers, they said what? Okay, I have created one software for one customer. Let me use the same one to other one. But the other one guy, he want very secure programming, and the program what you created for another guy is at the small amount and you created not that much secure programming. If you're using the same old software for him, it will create a problem for him. So you have to know that one. I'm using these calls are legacy system. Legacy systems. So lots of time old systems you people are going to utilize. Something like another example I can give you what? See, people, if you know the Python also, Ruby also, people still they're using what? JavaScript, VB script, VB.NET. VB.NET is also outdated, but still people they use VB.NET. Might be you people doing the project in VB.NET, which is nobody using right now. So you have to use something like different. You have to go with the word Python. You have to go with Ruby. You have to go with something like Catalan, new language. Which one is secure one, high secure, and giving you more emphasis for particular softwares. So that type of what aspect or that type of what thinking the programmer should be accept and develop a particular software. So that's why I say what lots of old software still is in use. That makes a problem of insecurity. Okay. What are the security requirements about that one now? If your security is not there, then what are security requirements? What exactly does security means? Is general security means confidentiality, integrity, and availability. That is three things what is giving you security aspects. So confidentiality means what? Data is not being public, protected and private. That what already we discussed. Integrity, information is not going to be what? Scattered like that one. It should be integrated. It should be uniform. Availability, information should be available at any time, any moment, whenever it needs it. Clearly, completely. So we need more specific requirement to be usable in validation of programs. Validation should be there. And then common criterias. That common criterias are auditability. Auditability means what? Every interval of times you should be go and check your bugs. Non-repetitions, cryptography support, user data protections, identification and authentications you check. Security management you have to always going to be checked out. Privacies, whether the privacy has been given there or not, you have to be checked. Functionality requirement, protection of security functions, whether the functions are protected private is done or not. Resource utilizations, can I use, in C++ programming you have friend function. Friend function is the resources that utilize the information is already having it and I'm going to utilize it. Like inheritance example. Then access, easily accessible, trustworthy software or trusted path. It means what? The information what I'm going to send it on a particular directions or particular path. Is it trust path or not? Those things is a requirement for the functionality, common functionalities. Then common concept for assurance major requirements. What are the major requirements to be assured? Configuration management, in your SPM, software project management, you are learning configuration management. What is the configuration management? The management has to be know that what type of informations we are going to follow and their classification has been assigned. Like example, in a school management systems, you should have a accounting, your library, your student, your teachers, your examinations, all these configurations there, and then it comes under that one. I'm using this particular module with the help of front end what, back end what, database what. Okay, so this configuration it should be clearly, and for that particular one I need i5 machine, i7 machine. Suppose you are creating a software with the Python and you are saying what my machine is Core Duo, it will not work. Why? Because system is not supporting that particular speed what the Python needs. So you should be give the configuration management clearly. You should be know that one I'm creating these models and this particular configuration management is there. So if you are not going to measure this one, my software I created in Python, so I need like minimum i3. So minimum configuration is what? i3. Minimum hard disk, this one. RAM, this one. Okay, softwares, this one. Because the modules what you created is based on that one, and you need the requirement about the systems should be like that. Delivery and operation. Delivery and operation. After delivered the particular software, whether the operations what you assign it, like suppose the student is going to be admitted and he is accessing the library online, he is accessing the examinations. There is any communication between library and the examinations properly going or not, because student is going to access both module. So there is a delivery about the particular support of library and support of examination to the student system. Operations are going to be handled very properly or not. That we have to be checked out. Development guidance documents, you should be create something like helpline, help tool. Every areas in the development, maybe suppose you are buying television and the television they are giving you some booklet. That booklet is giving you clear-cut guidelines about how to use the particular TV, how to use the remote,
So these types of guidelines, you have to also give how the particular software is going to work out, the guidelines of the documents. These are also major requirements to be used. And lots of programmers, they don't do like that one. And that creates a problem of what? Understanding about the software. Life cycle support. You should be also know to the particular customer. See, after 1 year, we are going to be change this data type to this, or user is asking to you next year something like, before like 10 year, 5 to 7 years, VAT was not there. Now VAT has been included in the system, tax, VAT. So those software, it was not having the VAT concept. The programmer has to be create some different space there and add VAT inside the system. But those software, they are not been given any space for any new feature what development, then that software cannot be support new features and it create a problem. So you should be measure that one after 1 year, might be these changes will be comes. So you have to give some space, you have to leave some space for the particular software so that we can be also modified after 1 year. Tests are there, different case tests we can be allowed and completed before going to be handover. Vulnerability assessment, that I talk to you vulnerability, what is the vulnerability and how vulnerability going to be access it. Maintenance of assurance. Maintenance of assurance, you should be assured about after every 1 year or 2 years, you are going to be assured about maintenance. Maintenance, you are going to do it on particular software. So your debugging is going to be based on that. Okay. Next, general principles. What are the general principles for security? General principles of securities. Security must be designed into the system from the beginning, not patched later. It means what? Security must be designed into the system. The system analyst is what I discussed before. Before writing the program, the system analyst itself know that which programming skills, which programming language we have to use it, how to use it, what is the different data types we have to use it. Everything is going to be designed before going to be start the programming. So security aspect has been designed already before start the particular one. Security can be audited only relative to knowledge in specific point of time. As aspect, right now today I know that this security I need it, I applied it. But later after 1 year, we need this particular security which is we didn't seen before for the future. So right now we are watching that particular security issues. So immediately you should be in the position to patch it. So you should have the relative knowledge on a specific point on a particular time to patch the particular error. Enumerating badness does not work. Enumerating badness, you are enumerating something like, okay, something like I give the examples. Okay, let's do it today right now. We will see later. It will not be work out. It means let's create the software and then we'll see later. That will make a problems. Many simple bugs can appear as vulnerabilities when the data to be triggered. Something like I gave you example. Text box, I want only alphabets and you allowed everything. It's a simple bug, but you didn't understand that one. So vulnerability is coming under that one. And then only when the customers give some alphabet, something like that in the number itself, or suppose example, you are asking the amount. In the amount, can you accept the alphabet? You can't. In that times what? You have to only give the numbers. So you have to lock the keyboard for alphabet. So alphabet cannot be entered in the text box. So suppose you are not locked the alphabet and the numbers are going to be inside and the numbers are coming inside. Then what happened? That numbers is going to be calculated for some balance sheet or profit loss account, and where alphabet you are entered and that alphabet doesn't mean any value. And that goes into the balance sheet, which is not going to be counted and problems comes. So you should be very much clearly know that one, what to be allowed, what not to be allowed. Complexity is your enemy. Complexity, something like if more than 2 modules are there inside, like example, I gave you school, library there, student there, teacher there, accounting there. So there are different modules comes together and they are working together hand to hand. So complexity is there. People, they say complexity is enemy. No, if you are using the breakdown of the particular one, it will be clearly, independently worked out, and then you have to join it. So complexity is there in the systems, but it should not be seen like the enemy. It will be a very clear-cut example. Understandings. So, in short, what if you are going to be looking towards in secure programming as a student right now? Those they are going to be go for the project, and they are creating some softwares, or if you are doing some your what we can say some end semester project, you should be know you are creating a software for whom, first thing. And once you're creating a software for a particular person, you should know that which programming language is very much right now suitable for the particular software. You cannot be used like anything. As I said, you cannot use C for anything. You cannot use the Python for anything. You have to be select the front end and back end very carefully. So once you selected a particular systems, then you have to be understand the actual concept of the application, and that application concepts give you more information about the development. So which model you are going to utilize, that will be going to do it. Once you selected the model is going to use this one. The information will becomes inside you. You gather all informations, and that information now you are going to be act. That information you are going to be apply on that one. So once your information is there, you collected all the information is with you. When you are going to be create a particular information directly into the programming one, you should now apply all the aspect of the security. Something like, if I'm creating one single form also, as I told you, the single form, if I'm using it, that form has how many controls? Like text box there, combo box there, list box there, button there, label there, whatever is there. If one form you created, you should be in the position to say that this page is secure. What I wrote the program is secure. How can I check the secure? I shown you what things you have to be keep in your mind. The particular software should be what? Easily accessible, auditable, repeatable, cryptography there, data protection there, security there, privacy there, access easily there, trusted path is there. Trusted path in the sense of what? If suppose you are going to be create ID card, and the ID card you access the image, and that image is held in the particular path. And when you are creating a print ID card, the particular path has to be given very specific, trusted path. If your image is there in the trusted path, ID card will be print very nicely. If not, it will give error. It will not be give you any image. It will be give something question mark or something like that there. It means what? You are not been given the trusted one. So this functionality requirement, you should be very carefully understand. You should be also understand, if I'm using the particular web-based, I have to be understand which type of port should be open and which type of port should be closed. So if the particular port number 123, 25, 80, 81, if I'm using it, I'm using this port for what? If you know that one, I'm using the domain email IDs, I should know that port number 81 should be open and all other ports should be closed. So you should be know that in that case, other ports should be closed, which I'm not going to be used for the particular software. Then most of the times you are closing your doors. Ports close means what? You are closing all the doors of the house and you are only open one door, from where you can see easily who coming inside. So that security also important when you are creating a particular ports, using the ports. Then you should be know, if you are going to be create a secure programming, I'm using the particular software, which programming language I'm using it, we should know. And very, very important word, when you're creating a particular programming language, suppose I'm using the Python now. Are you using the Python latest version? Because 3 months before versions, if you're using it, it has not been supported some patches. It means what? You are using the old software I talk about you. Old software, I'm using it to develop a software. That is very much risky. So when you are creating a particular software, you must know that I have my language very updated one. So when you are going Python, check out you are using the latest version of Python. You are using the latest version of JDK. So that one coming with the patches, vulnerability has been covered. So almost your 80% work is finishing there. Why? Security automatically come with the new versions. Patches are there. So you are least bothered about the securities because patches already maintain it. But the moment you are using the old software, you are in trouble. So you should be very, very careful when you are using the particular language. Then that language, if you're using it, you should be known to the particular end users. See, I'm using this particular software so that your system should be support up to 8 GB and something like this type of i3 software, i3 processor, i5 processor, something like that. So that this particular, because as your patches are more, your softwares are heavy, languages are heavy. To be loaded, it needs more memory. And if you want the speed work, you need a high configured machine. So that one is very, very important. You should know the life cycle supports. You should know, I'm using right now Python. After 1 year, what happened? I have shown you these diagrams. 2009, there was only 3 languages. 2018, there are about more than 10 languages are there. It means what? And Python, you never heard about the Python in 2014, 13, 15. Now you are asking what 2016 onward the Python came. It means what? Some softwares maybe create new programs are coming, which is more powerful and less vulnerable. So you should be know that this particular software, can I immediately turn over to the new software or not? If you are creating a C, I cannot convert C programming into the Python. But I'm using right now Python of this one, and the new languages comes which support Python. I can immediately turn to the Python to new. So it means what? Latest versions and latest programming language, if you are going to be applied it will be a more secure for you to be applied it. And regular test, vulnerability assessment, you have to go vulnerability assessment each and every times. How the vulnerability assessment will be go? Attack on a particular software in a different way. How? I can be what? Something like text. I give the example of text. I give the example of numbers. Then you can use some email IDs with a different characters and something like that. Check out that particular one is there. When I'm going to be save it, I'm working on a suppose click on other buttons, immediately on the second button, third button, I'm checking the multi-user systems. Like I ask my guy to log in on the particular same software and add the data. I'm adding data, he's adding data. What happening is going on, I have to check it. So I must know that vulnerability, where the vulnerability is going to be come on pictures. Then maintenance of assurance. Check out, I'm maintaining the particular software. Maintenance of assurance in the sense of what? Patches. The moment you see this particular bug is coming, immediately patch has been given. Like updates, every interval of times, monthly, twice, 3 months, updates are coming, we are updating. Even your APK, Windows, your mobile one, you are updating the mobiles. You are updating example WhatsApp. Before WhatsApp was different, now is different. Before it was security was not there. Now is encrypted security, both end. So nobody can see. It means this security they updated immediately as they seen this is the bug. So this type of what immediately security patches should be updated, and then you can make your secure programming. Okay. Do you understand now? What do you mean by secure programming? Secure programming is going to be considered with the major things where the programmers, they don't mind about. If you are going to be considered on those things, you will be writing a more secure programming. Okay. Now I'm opening the platform to ask some questions. Anybody want to have some questions on that one? So we can be answer some questions. Rupa? Rupa?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you please ask somebody if they want some question to be asked?
Okay, so guys, if you're having any questions, please put in chat box, else mute your audio and just tell me. As fifth sem students, if you're having any questions, please tell me.
Yes,
As
anybody have a
third sem,
question?
as no
Yes.
questions.
No questions means what? There is a possibilities like what? If you 100% understand, you don't have any questions. Or in other case, if you don't understand anything, you also don't have questions. Where you are? Are you in the first or second position? You understand 100% or you don't understand 100%?
Yes, you can ask any type of questions.
You can ask me any questions on programming languages, any things.
Yes, sir, I have a question about
Yeah.
C sharp. So where we have to use exactly sealed class in
See,
programming? Yes.
right now what you are using for which type of applications? That is the question first.
Okay.
You should be asked, I'm using this particular C sharp, C shield for which application? If you know that this is the applications I'm using it, you should be know that one. If this application is there, is it the only this one I can use it, or I have another aspect, or I have another alternative for that one? See, most of the time before Python and Ruby comes, C sharp was using it for web-based programming. Okay, one question has been came there. What is the better way to? Where it has gone?
Chat box. Chat box.
This Google, I never use it. I'm using with you people only.
In chat box, sir, there is message icon is there. You just click that. Above, sir.
In this one,
No, sir. Time is there. 5:48.
Okay.
So, there.
you people don't use Click Meeting or Zoom meeting. Okay. What is the better way to understand the programming language? Okay. Let me, Madam Rupa, these people, they are in which semester now and which year?
Third semester, second year.
All, everyone?
No, second year and final year. Third year.
Okay. And this Rutuja, is it belong to second year or third year?
Second year, sir.
Okay.
Second year.
Okay, Rutuja, I think what you can hear me well. Okay. Your question is what is the better way to understand a programming language? If you don't understand any programming language, doesn't mind. Simple way to understand the programming language, something like, you know, which languages you can be open your, you can unmute your sound. Rutuja, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Which languages you can talk? Can you talk Hindi, English, Tamil, Kannada,
All
Marathi?
languages.
Which language?
All language.
Tamil also you talk?
Oh, sir. Marathi is weak. And English.
Okay, Marathi. So let me talk in Marathi so you will understand very well. Huh?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Programming languages, whenever you are going to understand, आपण ज्यावेळेस programming language शिकतो is as good as simple language. आपण जे शिकतो ना मराठी language, Hindi language, what we are going to concentrate on? Grammar and the keywords. So whenever you want to understand the programming language, simply concentrate on keywords morely used. Okay, like input, output, memory locations, allocations, control statements, data types. These are the major concepts you should be understand. Okay. जर तुम्हाला लोकांना कंट्रोल स्टेटमेंट क्लिअरली कळाले, व्हॉट इज वाईल प्रोग्रामिंग कंट्रोल स्टेटमेंट, डू वाईल, फॉर लूप is very simple, very important. Then you should be no understanding about the primary and secondary data types. Primary data types means integer, your float, your real, your white, okay, your character, and your secondary data type like array, pointer, structure, class, okay, enumerated data types, unions. These are the secondary data types. If you understand that all data types, most of the work is finished. Now, sometimes you don't understand how to write. Am I right? Creating a logic is very, very important. Creating logic is very difficult. Am I right? Most of the time, students, they don't understand how to create a logic. Suppose I ask something like, write a program to create a two's multiplication table. So immediately you don't understand. Simple language, I'm telling you. जर तुम्हाला लोकांना प्रोग्रामिंग स्टेटमेंट लिहिता येत नसतील तर सिंपल काय करायचं, आपण सिंपल इंग्लिश मध्ये तो पूर्णपणे स्टेटमेंट लिहित जायचं. पहिल्यांदा काय केलं पाहिजे, सेकंड लाईन काय केली पाहिजे, थर्ड ला काय केलं पाहिजे. जस्ट राईट इन सिंपल इंग्लिश 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. जितकं तुम्हाला क्लासिफिकेशन करता येईल तितकं क्लासिफाय करा. मीन्स व्हॉट, आय हॅव टू फर्स्ट टेक इनपुट, बट इनपुट घेण्यापूर्वी तुम्हाला व्हेरिएबल डिक्लेअर केले पाहिजेत. एम आय राईट? सो डिक्लेअर द व्हेरिएबल, then declare what I want input, then I want to do these calculations, I want to display this one. Once the moment you're writing all the statements, this is called algorithm. Simple English algorithm is also called paper tracing. Paper trace करायचं, लिहायचं सगळं आणि नंतर कन्वर्ट करायचं. फर्स्ट लाईन काय, I have to declare the variables. So declare the variable means what, which variables I want to use in the system. त्या प्रोग्रामला मला व्हेरिएबल कुठले कुठले हवेत, I can easily what write down, like ए इंटिजर एज असेल, इंटिजर नंबर 1 असेल, नंबर 2 असेल, आन्सर असेल. गिव्ह क्लिअर कट व्हेरिएबल नेम्स देअर इनसाइड बिफोर यूज. सेकंड, आय वॉन्ट टू टेक इनपुट. मी इनपुट साठी काय कीवर्ड्स आहेत, स्कॅन आहेत, आपलं तुमचं सीन आहे, ओके. नंतर तुमचे जावामध्ये तुम्ही शिकत असाल तर सिस्टम इन आहे. हे जे आहे ते तुम्हाला कायमस्वरूपी, हे काय एकदा दोनदा वापरले की तुमच्या हॅबिच्युअल होऊन जातात, त्याला काय डिफिकल्ट नाही आहे. So as much as you are doing programming, you will be get understand about those things. So understanding about the programming is not difficult. Understanding about the programming is stepwise. Just write simple programs लिहित जा. मला डिस्प्ले मेसेज करायचा आहे, डिस्प्ले करण्यासाठी मला काय पाहिजे, आउटपुट कंट्रोल हे पाहिजे, मला कीवर्ड पाहिजे. आउटपुट साठी काय आहे, सी आउट आहे, ओके. तुमचं प्रिंटेप आहे, सिस्टम डॉट आउट आहे. सो सिस्टम डॉट आउट म्हटल्यानंतर मला जे काय टाकायचं त्यात सिंटॅक्स असतो त्यांचा. यू हॅव टू अंडरस्टँड द सिंटॅक्स. सिंटॅक्स ऑफ सी आउट, सिंटॅक्स ऑफ सिस्टम डॉट आउट, सिंटॅक्स ऑफ प्रिंटेप. तो सिंटॅक्स तुम्ही एकदा समजलाय की तुम्हाला तो फॅमिलियर होऊन जातो. नेक्स्ट इज व्हॉट, कंट्रोल स्टेटमेंट. कंट्रोल स्टेटमेंट कसे वर्क करतात, यू शुड बी नो द मेकॅनिझम. वाईल कसे करतात, वाईल डिक्लेरेशन काय करावं लागतं तुमच्या. मॅडम तुम्हाला तर सध्या ना प्रोग्रामिंग लँग्वेज कोणता आहे सेमिस्टरला?
जावा फॉर थर्ड सेम जावा सर.
Third semester Java, and
Yes.
last semester what they are right now doing?
C#, Python.
Python. Oh, okay. Then no problem. So Java ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही शिकत असता, Java आणि C++ मध्ये काही जास्त फरक नाही आहे. Only concepts are different. Only input output IO streams concepts are different. So these are not difficult. तुम्ही ज्यावेळेस त्याच्याकडे बघताना सिम्पली बघता, इंग्लिश लँग्वेज सारखं बघता, त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला समजून जातं. आणि सगळ्यात सोपा उपाय करायचा, कधीही स्टेटमेंट लिहायला डायरेक्टली जायचं नाही, प्रोग्राम लिहायला डायरेक्टली जायचं नाही. पहिला आपल्या स्वच्छ मराठीत लिहा, इंग्लिशमध्ये लिहा, हिंदीमध्ये लिहा. मला काय काय करायचं सगळं लिहायचं. पहिला काय केलं पाहिजे, सेकंडला काय केलं पाहिजे, थर्डला काय केलं पाहिजे. मग जे आपण सिम्पल लँग्वेजमध्ये लिहितो त्याच फक्त आपण काय करायचं, त्यांच्या प्रोग्रामिंग लँग्वेजमध्ये कन्वर्ट करायचं. म्हणजे तुम्हाला लक्षात येतं की पहिल्यांदा मला काय केलं पाहिजे, डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ व्हेरिएबल आहेत. मग त्या डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ व्हेरिएबल मध्ये मला डिक्लेअर करताना कसं केलं पाहिजे. जसं जावामध्ये स्ट्रिंग आहे पण C++ मध्ये सी मध्ये स्ट्रिंग नाही आहे. मग मला एक्झॅक्टली काय काय केलं पाहिजे. मग त्यासाठी मला डेटा टाइप्स कुठले कुठले आहेत ते शिकलं पाहिजे. डेटा टाइप्स शिकायचे पहिल्यांदा, कंट्रोल स्टेटमेंट शिकायचे, ओके. अरेचे सिंटॅक्स कसे आहेत ते शिकायचे आणि ते यूज करायचे. आणि 2-2, 3-3 लाईनचाच प्रोग्राम लिहायचा, 3-3, 4-4, 5-5 लाईनचा प्रोग्राम लिहायचा, आउटपुट बघायचं. ऑटोमॅटिकली व्हॉट, यू स्टार्ट अंडरस्टँडिंग द कन्सेप्ट. डेली यू शुड बी वर्कआउट मिनिमम 10 प्रोग्राम्स. आणि तुम्हाला जो एरिया येत नाही त्यावर 10 वेळा प्रोग्राम तो लिहा. समजून प्रोग्राम घ्यायचं काहीच गरज नाही आहे. कॉपी करायचा प्रोग्राम, गुगलवर जायचं, ह्याच्यावरचं प्रोग्राम कॉपी करायचा, कोड पेस्ट करायचा, आउटपुट बघायचं आणि त्याच्यामध्ये एरर तयार करायची, काहीतरी सेमिकोलन मिस करायचा, कुठेतरी एखादा अल्फाबेट मिस करायचा. यु नो जावा इज अ केस सेन्सिटिव्ह. तुम्ही एस कॅपिटल करता स्मॉल करायचं, आउटपुट बघायचं, एरर देतो तो. मग तुमच्या लक्षात येतं की बाबा माझा आउटपुट एरर कशामुळे आलाय, हा कॅपिटल एसच्या ऐवजी मी स्मॉल एस लिहिला आहे. मी सिस्टम डॉट आउट लिहिताना मला कॅपिटल एस लिहिलंच पाहिजे. स्मॉल एस लिहिली की मला आउटपुट येणार नाहीये, मग तो एरर देतो खाली आणि तो आरो पण करतो. मग तुम्ही जेव्हा मॅक्सिमम एरर्स बघता ना, देअर इन देअर ओनली यू अंडरस्टँड मोर. See, I like the students who create more errors. Why? They understand more. So create more errors. समजा तुम्हाला 100 एरर आले आणि मॅडम म्हणल्या रुपा मॅडम काय करायला आहे, forget about that. 100 errors means 100 different techniques you are learning. You are understanding 100 problems, and that what is the learning phase. तुम्हाला यातूनच शिकायला मिळतं, एरर्स मधूनच. मी ज्यावेळेस सी प्रोग्रामिंग शिकत होतो माझ्या वेळेस, त्यावेळेस मी सी प्रोजेक्ट होतं, 1,000 लाईनचा प्रोजेक्ट असायचा, 1,000 लाईनचा कोड असायचा, तो मी टाईप करायचो, त्यात हजारो एरर यायचे. एकदा तर 15,000 एरर आलते त्या प्रोजेक्टला. ते काढेपर्यंत मला 3 तास गेले. पण ते काढता काढता मला एरर्स लक्षात आले की बाबा ही मिस्टेक आहे, माझी टायपिंग मिस्टेक आहे. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स पीपल दे डू द टायपो मिस्टेक. मॅडमने लिहिलं वाईड मेन आणि तुम्ही तिथं मेनच्या ऐवजी कॅपिटल एम लिहिलं, प्रॉब्लेम येणार. बरोबर आहे ना. क्लास डिक्लेअर करताना तुमच्या क्लासचं नेम आणि तुमचं मेनचं नेम सेम पाहिजे, नसेल तर मग ते प्रॉब्लेम करणार. मग हे तुम्हाला कन्सेप्ट माहित पाहिजे. जर तुम्हाला ते कन्सेप्ट माहित नसेल तर मग काय करणार आहे, ते तुम्हाला तो तिथे एरर देणार तो, आणि तो एरर आला की तुम्हाला तो कळणार पण नाहीये जर तुम्हाला माहित नसेल तर. मग पूर्वी तुम्हाला तो एरर आला असेल आणि तुम्ही सॉल्व्ह स्वतः केला असेल तर देन यू नो दॅट सेकंड टाइम सी एरर कम्स, यू नो दॅट वन दिस इज व्हॉट आय हॅव टू डू इट, अँड देन यू स्टार्ट लर्निंग द प्रोग्राम. सिम्पल वे इंग्लिश मध्ये लिहा किंवा मराठीत लिहा. जो तुम्हाला मॅडमनी प्रोग्राम दिला असेल तर तो सरळ क्लिअर कट मराठीमध्ये लिहा, इंग्लिशमध्ये लिहा, त्याच्या स्टेप्स लिहा इंग्लिशमध्ये 1 2 3 4, and that steps then you can start converting into the program. Automatically your programming you starting. Okay, second question I have, Mr. Sachin, where we need to use sealed class in C#. Okay, actually I'm not teaching you C# right now, so I can't tell you the sealed class where to use it. If I'm using you C# programming, then I can give you examples and other things right now, but now I'm not focusing on any separate programming. Okay, might be what next sessions you can give me one. I can take C# or Python or any language. I can teach you everything, each and every concept. Okay, because I have to tell you actually how the programming basic, you know, there is a skeleton there. Each and every program has a skeleton. Like the Java programming, if you're seeing a skeleton is there, C# skeleton is there, Python they have skeleton, C programming has a skeleton. What is the first, what is second, what is third, what is fourth? If you know that one, you're just putting data inside there, that's all, nothing else. Which programming language is most secure language? Java, Python. I told you in Java right now, Python is the most secure programming language. Why? Because Python has a minimum vulnerabilities. So if you're writing right now Python with the web-based programming, you are what? Creating a secure programming. Pooja is asking which is the first software is built by using which programming language on which platform. Okay, which is the first software is built by, okay, Pooja is not built, is a built by using which preparing language on which platform. Okay, you know, the first language we can see it was B language, is started by Kernighan and Ritchie into the Bell Lab, actually as a programming language. So that was in 1923. It was first software. Before that one, they were using like a calculators, something like that. Was not a package. They used some numbers, addition, subtraction, like that one. With the using assembly language. But first times in the Bell Lab, the language B was created for some applications. But that one was not truly understood by each and every people. Then in the advanced, B is coming into the C programming language. So B had changed to C programming language. And from there only the programming starts. Actual programming starts. What coding language do hackers use? Okay, hackers, they don't use any programming language. Okay, hackers, they never use the programming language. They use some tools to understand the vulnerabilities, and based on the vulnerabilities they write some codes, something like if I want to hack the website, I can use some SQL injection. So each and every hacker, so let me change the word. Instead of hacker, I can say black hacker. Hacker means cracker means Akshay, you are asking cracker, not hacker. Okay, cracker and hacker, they are two different words. Cracker means what? The bad hackers. Okay, cracker is a bad hackers, and hacker is a tester. Hacker is a technical term for testing person. Okay, So that is not bad. We can say bad hacker means what? Cracker. That called as a black hat. So black hat hackers, they are bad hackers. So the hackers, most of the times, they don't use the language. They use only what different technology to check the vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities, they check it before. Once they know the vulnerability is like this one, like what I told you, Nessus is there. Then we have Wireshark there to access and get the information about the softwares. Plenty softwares are there. If you want to have some ethical hacking class, we will organize some session on ethical hacking also. So that one, they are going to be create vulnerability asset. And that vulnerabilities, once they know that this vulnerability is based on web-based, database, network vulnerability, or system vulnerabilities, which vulnerability is there, based on that one, they use that particular language. Something like, I want to access the database, so I should know the SQL. So if I'm a hacker, bad hacker, I know use SQL. So I'm using MySQL or SQL Plus or Oracle to particular access the informations. So they are not having a specific language that is going to be used. No, there's nothing like any programming language there, but they know overall languages. They know what to use it. Most of the times they use more SQL than simple programming. If you know also C programming is okay for you. Okay, as a hacker, if I know C programming is okay, because we are not creating anything. But those hackers, they are creating high technical hacking concepts. They are writing some Python, okay, programs to hack the particular systems, so that they can do it. But hackers, they should know any programming language with some database. Which language is easy to write a program? Every language is easy. Each and every language is easy. Nothing is difficult. Okay. Is it a Joshua Talwar? What is name? Is it Joshua?
Joshua.
Joshua, in which year did you are?
Third sem, sir. Second year.
Second year. Okay. Second year. You are learning now Java programming, no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So right now Java is very easy for you. Next semester, if you go and learn Sharp or Python, that is easy for you. Why? If I'm telling right now 2 plus 3, you can say very easy question. Am I right? But that 2 plus 3, you can ask to the KG student, it's difficult. Am I right? So right now, this Java programming is easy language. But if you want to understand the Java programming language, C programming, if you learn by yourself, you will be understand a lot of languages very easy. Okay. C programming is called as a father, but right now I can say grandfather of all languages. C programming is a grandpa of all languages, and understanding is also very easy. So if you know C programming, you know Java, C++, all, because more than 50% is use everything there inside. So we cannot say this language is difficult and all. See, if you know C programming, you know PHP, you know Python, you know Ruby, you know Java, you know C++. Why? Most of the concept, PHP is 100% C programming. C++ is 100% C programming. Java is more than 60% C programming. So if you know C programming, you know lot of languages automatically. Only changes you have to make it, that's all. Some small here and there you have to be understand. So tell me about tools to test the vulnerability. Okay. See, Nessus is one tool, Nessus. You can use the Wireshark. Nessus, Wireshark. Then you have also, I will be giving you the list of the tools to the madam. So madam will be shared to you. Okay. Okay, let me share you immediately. I have here. My screen is there, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, these are the softwares. Most of the time, people they use it. Kali Linux, Wireshark, sniffing, keylogger. You know the keylogger. Keylogger is one of the small tool. It's is like about 300 or 400 KB. If I use this one on my server, and that machines which is connected on that server, the machines is a simple example. You know cyber cafe. मी लोग cyber cafe जाते ना. In cyber cafe, if I'm keeping the keylogger in my main machine, the people who are sitting on other machines, whatever they are doing, it is recorded into the keylogger. Might be they open the Gmail, might be they are opening the Yahoo, might be they use the bank account open. Everything is coming into the keylogger. So you can see everything there. So Nikto is web server scanner is there, Kane Enable password detector is there, Nmap network scanner, John the Rapper, Meta exploit social engineering. But the Kali Linux is the father of everything. Kali Linux, it is coming everything inside. Some tools are there: bait and switch, cookie theft, denial services, key logging, malware, phishing. Okay, there are all type of their systems are there. Okay, next question is what, sir? Tell me about tools to test the vulnerabilities. Okay, I give you right now.
Again, any questions?
Any other questions, boys and girls?
Okay, I think they don't have any questions. So now we will stop here, sir. So
Okay.
that was a really and wonderful and informative session. So we are definitely look forward for some more sessions from you, sir. I thank you on behalf of management and everyone. Thank you all the participants. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. And best of luck, all of you. Let me off.